I'm gonna tell you right now, dieting is hard. God, it's hard. So far today, I've eaten 5 boiled eggs, a banana, and a third of a cup of nuts. And it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. But I've worked out as well, so hopefully that counts for something. Folks, today, I'm gonna go in. Yeah, I am. Not into work or anything like that. I'm about to go in on a story that I ran across that I want to share with you guys. Now, about this story, it's old. It's from last year, like March of last year. Joe, why are you sharing an old-ass story? Well, it's not a news story so much as I think it's a blog post from a prisoner who's locked up, a female. And I'm going to go in to the fullest, to the umpteenth. It's my hope to do. Why? For your enjoyment and amusement, of course. Now, to be fair, I'm going to go in on this person, but in an upcoming video, I'll go in on myself. I'll share a blog post that I've never shared with none y'all, and I promise you, it's crazy. Yeah, it is, and I'll fry myself just in case I end up frying this chick who wrote this. Now, before I get into this, a little backstory, how I ran across this. I saved this. I must have saved it last year sometime. It must have became relevant, or maybe it was shared on Facebook sometime last year. And I've been saving a lot of things. I've been spending a lot of time on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, box trucks, boats, motorcycles, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. You know, the same old shit, car lots, same old shit that Joe's always looking into when I get bored. Boats and boredom kind of go together with me. I'm thinking about starting a boat yard. Thinking about starting something like that. Maybe a boat lot. Come buy your boats from Boats and Joe's. I mean, think about it. Hey, Boats and Joe's. It's got a catchy little ring to it, doesn't it? So anyways, I was looking through all my saved stuff. I ran across this story. And, you know, I read the story finally. After a year, I read the story. And the first thing that it reminded me of is that chick. What was her name? It's Jess. Was that it? The chick that became viral from crying over her Instagram followers, like, I can't work a real job, something like that. That's the first thing that comes to, I wonder whatever happened to her. Is she still around? Or did she finally have to go join the working world? I found her channel right here. It's called Jessie Taylor. She's got 13,000 subscribers. Her videos probably still get a lot of hate. And one of her latest videos, 2 weeks ago, has got 1,000 views. Testing Married Guys, best compilation of Jessie Taylor TikTok. Huh, wonder what that's all about. Anyways, this blog post that I'm going to share with you was written by a female prisoner. It reminds me a little of the It's Jessie situation. You be your own judge. Let's go ahead and get into this. The story's headline, this is actually shared on the Santa Monica Observer. I guess that's a news publication. So the story's headline, and I guess this is a story, even though I know it's a blog post. But the story's headline is, Prison Canteen Manager is the Devil. What? That's pretty harsh to be saying right there. On the flip side of that, there are many, many kind staff here who go out of their way to help us prisoners whenever they can. Folks, there's a picture of this person right here, and all it says is Facebook. Inmate describes the frozen creations made at Utah Department of Corrections. So I don't know if this is the chick that wrote this story or if this is totally irrelevant. I don't know why it would be the image used here. Just any old stock image of a female prisoner, whatever. I'm going to read this entire story. I'm going to critique this. I'm going to go in on this. And I want to say this as well. While reading this, not only did it remind me, I've read it already. While reading this the first time, not only did this remind me of the Instagram chick, that my followers, I can't go work a real job. Target's getting ready to be paying people $24 an hour. I can't do that. Do you know how much an electrician makes? Here in the state of Virginia, it's not much more. It's not much more. That's for damn sure. The reason I'm going to go in on this is because it reminds me of myself when I was in prison with my own blog. Joe Does Stuff is my other channel. Joe Rights His Wrongs, right? And I wrote stories like, you know, one, I probably wasn't that great of a writer. This chick is actually not that bad of a writer, but just making a mountain out of a molehill, so to speak, is my first thing that I want to share with you. First thought that I want to put in your brain as we get into this. Our prison canteen manager is spawn of Satan. Yikes. That's a pretty vivid opening line right there. I mean, no other way to put it. I pray for her as God commands me to do for all of my enemies. Holy shit, the canteen worker is your enemy as well. She's nasty. She loves blocking prisoners from buying what they need for the whole month. Now, if that's the truth, you need to file an informal complaint or grievance against this woman. If she's denying you your basic necessities, tampons and such, yo, you might got a lawsuit right there. Yo, if you can't get them type of things, your basic hygiene, hey, there might be something to this. Again, this is a year later. Maybe she's out by now. I don't honestly know. This story came out last year. She loves blocking prisoners from buying what they need for the whole month, using technicalities to deny women buying basic necessities due to COVID. I don't know what COVID was like while locked up, but I can imagine that it definitely changed things, and not being able to get commissary for any reason sucks. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. I'm really trying to toe the line, so to speak. I understand what it's like to be locked up and to not be able to get that commissary, to not be able to get that coffee. But I have no idea what it's like, during COVID. I can imagine that put a major I can imagine that put a major kink in the daily operations of every institution. Due to COVID, we only get to shop once per month at this prison canteen. Probably should have read the whole sentence before This woman started working here maybe 3 years ago. I wonder how long you've been there. If she started working there 3 years ago, how long have you been there? What are you locked up for? I'm more curious than that right this second than anything else. This commissary person's been working there 3 years. She's had a nonstop list of complaints over simple minor things that are unable to resolve. What? Nothing is simple when you're dealing with her. The most problematic, controversial canteen manager I've ever seen in my time. Women like her inspire hatred, make the process of shopping dreadful. I thought women loved shopping. You mentioned, you were quite God-fearing in the beginning of this. You said God commanded you to pray for her, even your enemies. So I could see that, the devil is really giving you a run for the money right this second. And look, let's be fair. Cut the jokes real quick. I know firsthand what it's like to deal with the worst type of people in an institution who love to come to work and make other people's time miserable, whether we're talking about a guard, a nurse, a commissary worker. So I definitely understand, and this is a very real thing. I don't think this woman's blowing this out of proportion. I totally believe and know that there are people just like this, alive and well and working inside of prisons. Women like her inspire hatred and make the process of shopping dreadful. You like your job, but you hate those you work with. She can't work a real job. Well, I don't think that's necessary. I mean, the commissary worker position, staff member, that's a real job. So I'm trying to decipher and understand this. I guess the woman in prison who wrote this is a commissary worker who works in commissary, and this is who she has to deal with, or is she only dealing with this person when she's shopping, going to commissary? Because she said, you like your job, but you hate those you work with. Just trying to understand what you meant by that. She comes to work and exerts power over everything and anything. Over anything and everything. Yep, dealt with plenty of staff members just like that, so I know that that's a real thing. Outside in the real world, she's nobody. Well, how do you know? Okay, because now we're just guesstimating. So here in prison, she lets her horns show. Well, you did mention she was the spawn of Satan. No being nice. She has an opportunity to deny you anything. You're screwed. Now, to be fair, I don't know about the denying you anything, but look, man, maybe she just got a hell of a wall up. She got that shield, that invincibility shield around her. Because I can imagine, I don't necessarily know, now I'm guesstimating, but when you get a job in a prison, one of the things they probably tell you is, don't feed the animals. I mean, you let that guard down for a little bit, you do one thing, next thing you know, you boof in packs. up your ass coming in, making a full-time hell of a salary probably off of that. Probably pays way more than any commissary worker salary could ever. But, maybe she's got, she's definitely got a right to keep the walls up. Because what if she was nice? Then maybe you might think she's a little too nice. And you know what you're gonna do if you think a person's a little too nice when you're locked. Hey, yo, you mind bringing me in a gallon of 123 Bullseye primer paint? I'm looking at it right here on the floor. Yeah, some kills. I ain't trying to kill now. I just got some stains in my cell, some water stains. I'm trying to flip my cell. What? Flip this prison cell? HGTV? You should have hollered at me 3 years ago. You tell them you fell down the stairs. Wow, Joe, you really mad. Flip this prison cell. I just bitch slapped HGTV. That was kind of funny. She uses her discretion to inflict adversity without any thought. My God, that sounds like an inauguration line right there. Okay, next paragraph. Maybe this is another day, another month. I just came from commissary and I am furious. Furious. Why? Question mark. I only eat cereal for breakfast. What? They ran out of my Raisin Bran cereal. I asked for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch instead. So simple. No, you did not make substitutions in your order slip. Yo, you could make substitutions where you at. If they ain't got something, you could substitute it for something else though. Damn, that shit hurt my hand with that bitch slap. Madam, you just ran out while I was standing here. Besides, Raisin Bran usually never runs out because it's much less popular than the sugary cereals. No, her notorious path is evil. See what I was talking about with that Instagram chick? Like, you are mad. Let me hit the Jake break one time. Wait a minute. Is this whole fucking story really about the fact that you couldn't get your Raisin Bran because they ran out? And when they ran out and you watched them run out and you said, hey, yo, could you substitute it for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch? And the woman who got a job, a real job, said, no, you didn't make any substitutions. You're mad about that? That's what this is all about? That's why she's the spawn of Satan? Come on, man. You gotta catch that. Again, a little dramatic here. And look, let's drop the entitlement for a moment, okay? You only eat cereal for breakfast. You're in prison. Let's talk about who's sending you the money so that you can eat Raisin Bran every day for breakfast. How many pen pals you probably got? Better yet, how many fiancés you probably got? I hate to say it like that, but this is deeper than rap. All this crap behind some snacks? For real though? What about the people that don't even make commissary? They gotta go eat the farina, the cream of wheat, the vegetable medleys. Talking about you only eat cereal for breakfast. I know you're mad, because you don't go to the chow hall. You living and dying off that commissary. And if that shit don't come, whoo, hey, they the spawn of Satan, right? Like, that's where I really wanted to go in the most at. Pump the brakes. You locked the fuck up. What rights do you really got? They don't owe you a fucking thing being in there. Respect being one thing, but especially not no damn Raisin Bran. Come on, man. For real though? And then you had the opportunity. They gave you a way out. They gave you a plea deal. You could have put it as a substitution and you didn't even do that. Hey, you gotta be smarter than that. Look at where you're at. God damn, Joe, why you gotta be so mean to the girl? Hey, you got her JPay information though? I get paid tomorrow. Like I said, I'll share one of mine and we'll go in on me, but it is what it is, man. This is the stupidest shit in the world. So let's continue to just thrash this commissary worker who didn't give you the Raisin Bran. She's a tiny little white woman with an attitude in her mid-30s. She prides herself on arguing with my fellow constituents, my fellow inmates, at the canteen window. The whole prison hates her. She uses COVID, of all things, as an excuse to punish and deny opportunities to purchase what we need. Girl, I thought this was about tampons. This shit's about zoom zooms and wham whams. Why you really mad? You couldn't survive nowhere. You couldn't do no time in the hole. I'm just trying to tell you. You ever had to eat toothpaste for breakfast? You mad about some fucking... No shame. She likes when any prisoner does not get what they want. Okay, look, I got to throw in the Judge Judy thing. Let's not say what she likes. You don't know what she likes, okay? You don't know what she's thinking. That's what you think she's thinking. She likely has no man. Okay. She's too rigid and stiff to ever have fun. Kindness is like to her a foreign language. You fucked that sentence up a little bit. You could have worded that a little better. Nobody loved her as a child. Oh God, I sure hope you ended up getting that fucking raisin bran. I really do. People like that often mean and ugly. People like that are often mean and ugly. Oh, people who were not loved as a child. Okay, what was you doing before prison? Psychology work or cutting off catalytic converters? I'm literally, genuine question, genuine curiosity. Most likely she lives alone with an empty bed. Oh shit, you're a behavioral science analysis. You're like one of them people off of Criminal Minds, the behavioral analysis people. You should have been an FBI profiler. I mean, this is it right here. I forgive her at this moment. Damn sure don't sound like you do. I mean, I'm just calling it what it is. She ruined my monthly breakfast routine. Oh my God. What do they have? Boiled eggs? A syrup tray? I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna cut her fucking head off, I swear. She ruined my monthly breakfast routine, but I'll live. Good for you. Good for you. God will humble her. Hey, look, I'm no theologist here, but just got to say, you might want to take a look in the mirror talking about the humbling. See, God's vengeance is worse than anything any human could impose. Let me find out. You got a fucking voodoo doll with this chick. You're putting little raisins, you're jamming them in their eyeballs. You're gonna give me that cereal. Maybe he'll even allow her to come to prison as an inmate to see what it's like. I'm trying to say, I don't know the Bible so well, but there's gotta be something in there about preying on the downfall of people. I mean, I would imagine there is, right? Like jealousy and envy and that type of wheelhouse. God, now you're wishing the chick, what you trying to get this chick locked up? Again, over some cereal. Oh God, that's good. That's good right there. She thinks her job is ruining prisoners' days. Let me make these prisoners' days harder. I work in a prison. There could be some truth to that. So that's my job. Plus I'm miserable anyways. So I want some company. You writing this article, this blog, this excerpt, this story for the news, you sounding quite miserable. You hugging, clutching that raisin bran like a Hail Mary pass. Yeah. You eat the syrup trays. I'm not going to jail. All that shit beneath me. That's my breakfast routine. I mix the raisin bran with the cinnamon toast crunch. I bet you this bitch ain't never. I bet you this woman has never not put she probably got a substitute commissary list A, B, and C. You ain't gonna deny her anything anymore. That's how people like this think. Again, psychology major? She won't change or understand kindness, compassion, humility until she's humbled. I don't know if you really mean dead instead. She won't understand these things until she's humbled. Who's gonna humble her? You gonna humble her? Sure sound like you want to. You gonna sharpen up that little spork you got? She's just an ugly person. I like how she spelled ugly right there. She spelled it ugly. Final paragraph, let's end this on a high note. On the flip side of that, there are many, many kind staff here who go out of their way to help us prisoners whenever they can. This prison is blessed to have so many staff working here who are good people and who make this prison a better place. I have even seen one correctional officer sit down and patiently listen to a woman with mental health issues babble on and on. I watched as the staff, who could have easily dismissed this woman, does the kind thing and allows this woman to be heard. That's the extra kindness it took that day. And he gave it. Oh, it was a he. I see. Oh, so clearly now. Yeah. God, he's so kind. Listening to that crazy bitch over there babble on and on. He's a good man. Yeah, he is. Hey, Bag Sour, who got next? I see things like this all the time. Staff helping prisoners with things just because they are in a unique position to help. That extra is what makes a place like this run smoothly. Bend so you don't break. You want them to bend and you want them to break. I should know. I was in prison once too. That flexibility is the X factor. Damn, that sounds a little dirty right there. Prisons run on goodwill, all caps. So the fact that she works in a prison is no excuse. This is who she is. It's from her dark black heart. Yikes. She's a bottom feeder. Ouch. This job was the only one she could get. I'll calm down after I finish writing this and put this behind me. I will pray for her. I hope you're also praying for yourself as well. Because you got some anger issues. And I think you need some help in bouncing off the walls when you get down some. I hope by now you've gotten that cereal. That's all I got to say. Folks, that's all I got. I got to hurry up and end this because my battery's dying. I hope this was a video that you guys enjoyed. And if it was, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about this. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!